Hi everyone! Considering how coveted the fastest car in the world title is, it's no surprise that there's a pretty rigorous process involved to get that title, at least if you want it to be official. The de facto list for the fastest car is from the Guinness World Records, which has some specific requirements in place to be considered. How fast do you think the fastest supercar can go? And what really makes it fast? Don't worry, today we are discussing the fastest supercar in the world. In November 2017, during the Dubai Auto Show, the production version of the Arab sports car with the name Devil 16 was officially presented. This supercar was born to give Bugatti and Hennessy nightmares. Devil 16 was said to be able to churn out an eye-popping 5,000 horsepower from a quad-turbo V16 engine, with a top speed that would exceed 300 miles per hour or 480 kilometers per hour. Production cars that have broken the 1,000 horsepower barrier have only recently come into being, so the Devil 16 seemed far ahead of its time, though the Devil 16 has come back to the Dubai Motor Show, and this time it looks much closer to being production ready, featuring a long wheelbase and a low profile. From the rear, the 16 looks no less than a fighter jet with a massive twin exhaust. In contrast to the concept version of the super powerful car shown 4 years before the presentation, the serial version of the Devil 16 has changed significantly. And since the time of its release, this model seriously claims the title of the fastest car in the world. Devil 16 specifications that make it the fastest supercar in the world. The car boasts a specifically developed petrol V-shaped 16-cylinder 12.3-liter engine. It was specifically developed for the Devil 16 and received 4 high-performance 81mm turbochargers. There are also 32 valves inside the engine. Just think about it. The working volume of each cylinder is almost 787 cc's. The power plant itself was developed by the American company Steve Morris Engines. And all gearheads know that Americans are professionals when it comes to powerful engines. The company's engineers say bench tests allowed them to reach up to 4,515 horsepower, which is the maximum limit. In general, the engineer team claims that the peak power of the Devil 16's powertrain is 5,000 horsepower. For this reason, it turns out that this hypercar from the UAE is the fastest car in the whole world. But the engineers simply could not measure the fastest possible speed since they do not have the necessary test bench that would withstand such powers. The torque of this car is a massive 3,515 pounds per foot, which should be more than enough for a hypercar. Such an engine should allow it to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.8 seconds without any problems. The maximum speed limit of this car is about 350 miles per hour, which is higher than that of the Bugatti Chiron. The car has electronic suspension for variable stiffness, changing the ground clearance, as well as 3 different modes of control for the electronics. In addition to versions with a top-end V16, engineers were able to adopt 2 more power plants to the car. The initial version has a V-shaped 8-cylinder unit that produces 2,000 horsepower. Be sure to smash that subscribe button for your chance to win our monthly shoutout giveaway. Just comment down below, "I subbed," and you'll be entered in the giveaway. 3 variants of Devil 16. Devil 16 First Variant. The first variant is powered by a V8 turbo engine generating 2,000 horsepower. This model would cost $1.6 million. Devil 16 Second Variant. The second model is powered by a V16 engine generating 3,000 horsepower. It would cost $1.8 million. Devil 16 Third Variant. The third variant is powered by an 81mm quad-turbo 12.3-liter V16 engine, generating an enormous power of 5,007 horsepower. That is more than twice the energy produced by the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. This variant is the topmost model of Devil 16. In this article, we will be mainly talking about the third model of the Devil 16. The Devil motors claim a top speed of 350 miles per hour or 560 kilometers per hour and 3,757 pounds per foot of torque for the third variant of the Devil 16. Devil 16 futuristic interior and exterior emphasize that it is the fastest car. The concept model, shown in 2013, had elite leather upholstery with metal rings, which looked very unusual. In addition, it had a mysterious block with LED fillings on the center console. When creating the floor, they decided to use leather with a diamond-shaped screen. The front panel boasted huge dials, which made it seem like you were not in a supercar, but in a spaceship. However, in the real version, the interior was seriously changed towards minimalism. The front panel looks like a rectangular tablet, and the steering is represented by a compact racing-type wheel, which has 8 control buttons. The body of the supercar is a carbon fiber monocoque mounted on an aluminum frame. This design is typical for superfast cars since it allows you to provide sufficient strength while significantly lightening the weight. This design is strongly associated with the Batmobile. This is facilitated by the streamlined shape of the cockpit and the chopped edges of the body. Also, it has exhaust pipes located at the rear that are very similar to jet nozzles. The unusual triangular front end forms a power splitter. On the side pillars, they are headlights of a futuristic appeal that are vertically elongated. A good impression of a state-of-the-art car arises at first glance. And if you start to look closely, it becomes clear that the Devil 16 is very original and has nothing in common with the supercars from Bugatti, Ferrari, and Lamborghini. How much does the car cost? You would have to pay at least $1.6 million for the Devil 16. For the option that has racing modifications of the hypercar and 3,000 horsepower, a buyer has to pay $1.87 million. The most extreme version has a 5,000 horsepower, but it is suitable only for the track and costs about $2.2 million. Interestingly, despite the rather unusual technical characteristics and potential dynamics, the car from Dubai does not cost as much as its competitors. But overall, today there are many cars that can boast similar specifications. Of course, its main competitors would be the Bugatti Chiron, as well as the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, and the Hennessy Venom F5. In general, the company was able to attract plenty of attention and create lots of discussions about it in the automotive world. The unusual appearance, as well as the dynamic characteristics of the car, are very impressive and promise a solid future for this supercar. What's your rating for this supercar? Be sure to let us know in the comments section down below. Be sure to check out our video on the top 10 fastest supercars in the world. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.